Hi guys, welcome to YILDIZ readings for those of you who are new. So here we have your romance read, but it's not just any old romance read. We try to help to give you as much information relating to your ascension, chakras, balance, empowerment, to get the best out of your love life and to tune into the energy both psychically and astrologically. I also do twin flame coaching and energy check-ins regularly as I am a twin flame. So if you do need a booking, the link is directly below. Please join us as these updates are regular here at YILDIZ readings, and we will not make you wait any longer. Let's get into your romance house and see what could be energetically coming through for you. Love and light, guys. Grab a cuppa, sit back and relax, and let's get into it. Hello Aries, welcome to your romance read. Let's get into it. Okay, I have selected the ruin and I've tuned into this. I had to sit with this. It's looking interesting. One of you is feeling very stuck. One of you is feeling as though there's no quick solution. But the funny thing is, whatever this situation is, it's becoming a burden. It's becoming a bit problematic. I do feel if you're in communication with this individual, one is able to communicate more effectively than the other. And it just feels it's two different styles of communication. One can be in the way we explain ourselves with our body language. The other can be more a verbal energy. I'm sort of seeing that also there could be a distance. Now, the distance can be psychologically, it could be physically, because I read for soul connections. Now, I do feel there is one individual here that is feeling, it's almost like there's self-blame, which Aries, yeah, it could be on your side, but again, this is energy we're tuning into. One person in this equation is feeling they have a lot on their chest. And both energies will embody it. But there's guilt on one side, and the guilt is being held internally. This can cause a lot of fatigue, and I will pull a chakra card in a moment. The fatigue is relating to, oh gosh, you know, I did think this would tie up a lot quicker than I thought. This could be guilt, it could be burdens, obligations, and I just keep hearing finances, like do you stay, do you go? But there's external scenarios that are playing out that are asking you to really look at this. Let's have a quick look at your chart. Yeah, 11th house, hopes, dreams and aspirations. And you do have Gemini transiting through your 3rd house. So you will be learning how to communicate more effectively. You also will be having to think on your feet. You also could take a teacher role at this point, but that could be accidentally so with individuals around you. This could be blogging, regardless. This is kind of the way the brain's working, you know. You've got all these things in your mind and it's coming down to this frequency. It's like, where do I start? You know, you've got the... you kind of feel stuck, like you don't want to make a wrong decision, but you don't know how to heal it because you actually don't know what the problems are. You don't know how to create the solution right away radically with the ruin. And the ruin is coming through almost like you're stuck. You're an iceberg, you know, you're stuck, you can't get anywhere. It's going to take a while. It's going to come out, you know, the sun's coming up. It is coming through, but there's no quick solution because, and I feel it's more, you know, the psychic energy of needing to know, you know what the burdens are, but what method can you use both from an emotional and a physical point of view to address this issue? Some of you might also be feeling, is this I don't know what I was going to say. Is this feelable? Is this able to be healed? Can this be healed? Can this be sorted, resolved? A lot of thought is going into out of alignment. Now, there could be a person around you and people, especially when we had Mercury retrograde, we had in Aquarius, and we had both Saturn and Jupiter. They're in the house of Aquarius at the moment. When we also had Venus transiting this area, you can find that during the retrograde we were really seeing where we were spreading ourselves like butter, you know, not having enough time to do so much, and finding that to be a little bit adverse in nature. I do feel if somebody has been in your life, you may be second guessing the value of something. You may be second guessing, okay, am I here for spirituality, love, or am I here due to a codependent reason? You know, somebody codependent on me, is somebody needing me for something over wanting me. I do feel, you know, that whatever this is, some of you Aries are wanting to go back to a past scenario, but it's more the innocence of it, the neutrality, the flowing bit of it, and where you stand. You are longing for reciprocity. You're longing for, you know, that transformation and change. And where was Virgo heading for you? Okay, health, yeah. Because it is very letharged, the way it's coming through. I had to have a break prior to your reading. It was like, wow, man. I was like, what's going on with this? Yeah, very fatigued. The lack of faith is due to your energy. You know, if you can get some sleep and you can actually simplify things, I feel you'll be able to observe this scenario a lot better. Because there feels like you're trying to solve this. You feel stuck, and I think this is a pause, but you know, until you make this major decision. I think this circumstance of this stagnancy is getting very heavy on you, so that this stagnancy is forcing a shift to happen in this connection. You're longing for it, unsure how to achieve it, know what the burdens are, know what the blockages are, feeling as though, you know, somebody's going to take from you. Am I safe? Can I communicate? Can I explain? But you don't want to feel silly. You're like, am I being realistic here? I do feel there are people in your circular surroundings that are causing conflict. And this can be on either side of the fence, but it does appear to be. It could be an argument you're physically having with yourself, but for some, I do feel, especially those of you who are in separation, there could potentially be an individual in this person's life that is quite manipulative and maybe a little bit codependent from the point of view. Maybe, yeah, I'll just say codependent. It's the most, you know, fluid way of saying it in a roundabout way. I kind of feel that, you know, maybe initially this was what the person wanted, but what they've got into, now they're kind of working out how they can get out of this equation. They're very mad at themselves. They feel very, like they want to liberate themselves for it, but they're still mad at themselves nevertheless. Interesting. I do feel, those of you that are twin flames, if this person's in a separate connection, I do feel betrayal energy occurring, but it's more on the karmic side. But that, it's funny. It's they're quite interesting the way they deal with this individual. For those of you who that resonates, but there is one person on this storyline where a karmic, it could be a soulmate. Yeah, there you go, soulmate. You know, this is the way they saw it, and they're all tags, really. Okay. Once you move through an ascension state, you understand it. You just look at it differently. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will manifest physically. It's interesting. It's like these two individuals came together. This person does have another energy, because it's like they're stepping out of the connection and going elsewhere. So this stagnancy is very temporary, because, you know, this individual is wanting to end, this individual is wanting their connection, and feels as though they want to be, you know, that's where they want to be. They also intuitively know who this person wants to be with. Now, those of you that are coupled, I do feel there's cross wires, and I do feel there could be a lot of misunderstandings in the first 2 weeks. One's talking, one's not, and it's about disagreements to do with maybe family, home, the way things go, what should be done, how do we sort things. It's a lot of cross wires. It's left, right, and it's 2 individuals attempting to work as a team. And look, you can have really, really great ideas, but it's about finding that bridge, you know, to a point you can merge the both together. Let's see what your partner, love interest, is feeling. They do see your point of view, but they do want to work as a team, so they know a compromise is going to be required. Those that are in separation, I feel this is why it's weighing so heavy on their hearts. There is a lot of guilt that's coming through, but I feel as we have Mars move into Gemini, this you know, these circumstances that are blocking individuals are going to help actually liberate them. Yeah, because it is to do with the bigger picture, really looking at it and saying, okay, you know, do I resonate with these circumstances inside my life? What am I going to do to shift it about? Because the past, they feel they've actually maybe avoided tackling certain circumstances, you know, due to healing. Now where they're at, they know that won't work with you or with themselves. So it's just, it's a no-brainer to them. They see that that's not fair. They see that that was potentially manipulative. I feel both parties really changing, but there is one person could be a little bit run down. Yes, especially with the Hermit card and the throat chakra in reverse. The stress levels on the body. You know, pay close attention to your health, Aries. Especially since you had the full moon in Virgo. Really, you know, for the next 2 weeks, especially with Mars transiting, pay attention to your health, create healthy boundaries. I feel as we move through March, this is where you guys are really going to start actually, you know, sticking up for yourselves, moving, changing things about, taking direct action to get your life moving, and it is towards, you know, really leaving situations that aren't working. But you may feel very much detached from one energy and very attracted to another, and it is due to the fact that you're having the epiphany that, you know, what you set out to get wasn't so much, how do we put it, wasn't what it was cut out to be. It doesn't resonate with you. You've outgrown it. But, you know, the individuals surrounding both parties, it's almost like they may have in the past suggested that you were seeing things incorrectly, but that's not the way you're seeing it now. This, it does feel urgent, but I do feel one of you is unwell. One of you is tired. It could be going through a spiritual awakening, and that can come through with ascension. It kind of lasts for about a week, 2 weeks. Sometimes we can go into it a lot longer, depending on what the blockages are. But I do feel in the first week at least, you know, whoever you are in the matrix of things, it may be one party in the circumstances having a bit of a purge, and they're letting go of certain things that, you know, whatever they're carrying, it's being dumped. It's being emotionally dumped. Initially, it's dumped on them from universe and to do with their third eye perspective. So healing doesn't come right away. It comes through, you know, circumstances that play out. But I do think that, well, it's like they're holding themselves back at this point to address a situation. But they're being very self-critical at the moment. And this can be you, Aries, as well. You know, the energy can swap, as I mentioned. So it does feel as though there's this self-critiquing relating to a circumstance. Now I'm going to pull another card for your love interest, and then we're going to go into the extension and see, you know, what this anger's about, because I do feel a lot of anger coming from this, that this burden, this obstacle, it feels unfair in some shape or form. Yeah, they're really listening. They're like, it's because something's not resonating with them. They thought these circumstances would have cleared up. There's no third party. It's more they're tuning into their past, and they're tuning into what happened in the past and wanting to speak their truth. Some of you will get a phone call in the next week to 2 weeks. And the first thing I'm hearing is week to 2 weeks. Week. Crosswatcher, you may need to also do the same. You know, hear the person out. Listen to their side. It can be a viewpoint, and I do feel missing information is going to come towards the both of you. That, how it really is over how we presumed it was. But this is not a bad thing. This is going to give a lot of closure to particular individuals. I will join you in the extension reads if you do want to join us, come through. Otherwise, I'll see you during the week for the Twin Flame Psychic Update. Thanks for joining us. If you do want the extension read, it is in the link directly below in the box. Also, all the booking information is there. Please subscribe if you do want to have current updates relating to astrology, moon energy, twin flame path. I do have super chats, so if you do feel you can't afford a reading, you can jump through and have a question during the sessions, as well as if you haven't joined my website, please do, because I do put up notifications relating to when I'm coming live, any events coming up, and specials. Take care. I will see you later. Have a great week.